Sanolali, welcome. Lockdown Online with Ninja. Thank you so much for checking this out. Yo, bro, this is the first time get in the kitchen at the Republic House. We have guests who are gonna be here. We're virtual vibe, but that's how we've been conducting Lockdown Online because we're locked down. You know what I'm saying? But firstly, we have to work from home, so we're working. Thank you very much for understanding. Our masks are off for purposes that are just logical. We cannot talk with masks on. We cannot breathe. So, okay, my name is Ninja X, as I said. What's it?
That's all.
Oh, snap. Okay, I take it back another 10 days. 12. And then yeah, we are here. Shout out to Musazwane watching. We are here. Lockdown Online with Ninja X. Thank you so much, Public House. ABAHAMBAYO, I call them the boys. You're not allowed to call them the boys. I just call them the boys because I like to poke around with them. But ABAHAMBAYO. So, ABAHAMBAYO, if we could just get a magama for, I don't know who would know, but let's have a look.
Sanibonani. My name is Frankie Butelezi.
Sanibona nami igama ngingumhlanhla wawaZondi. Yebo.
All right. Cha, sibonge kakhulu ukuthi nje sihleli la e-studio nabahambayo sebeyithulile, and we are going to have a casual chat about a lot of things. So get a tea, get a beer, get a wine, get a glass of water, chill out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, and be a part of this. If you can just excuse me for keep looking this way. I'm live with my vibe here. Yeah, well, so if we want to learn Shivago. So, but yeah, you know, focus on you. Thank you. And then, so ABAHAMBAYO. I want to start at the very beginning. ABAHAMBAYO. This is what had happened. Being in the Durban scene for a minute, Kumnani is going down, everybody comes up and it's dope. I mean, Durban has produced some of the dopest artists. I'm not being biased, I'm being honest. If anybody, if you please, I know they can come at me. But Durban produces some of the dopest people, and that's a fact. Artistically, I'm not just talking music. Let's come in art. Durban does a thing. I live here, I grew up here. I've seen what everybody else does, and it's okay. But Durban produces great stuff. In other places, they do great stuff too. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the majority of what I'm talking about I've seen in Durban. This is my honest truth. And I'm not coming at any city for anything. You guys are dope. You know what I'm saying? Shout. So, ABAHAMBAYO. So we've seen dope, like I'm saying, Durban is a hub and challenge every now and again. I know people are out there doing the thing. And then I think honestly, I started noticing ABAHAMBAYO. I was playing it this again, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, bad.
Black Sunday.
Black Sunday. Shout out to the people who did that. What happened? Well,
Lockdown there. Oh.
Yeah, I hope yeah.
Lockdown.
No, let's check out some things online. No, that's the new life. That's the new life. So anyway, okay. So I'm like, okay, seen you around. Don't wanna lie. Been seeing you in the scene. You've been there, so I'm gonna allow you to now with you know your journey, each of you. But I'm just talking about how I'm like. And like I play, and then I'm like, okay, before I go to the retro bazaar, let's check out. And I'm like, who's baby girl? And I'm saying, I'm like, so I'm like, I gotta hear this. You know what I'm saying? So slowly they say, la la la. I'm like, damn. What a vibe. Immediately, you know. So, tell me about how you guys came together. Maybe then from telling me how you came together, and individually tell me where you come from artistically.
Okay.
Yeah, but let's ABAHAMBAYO.
Yeah.
How did you come together? And then individually you guys You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a beautiful story.
It's a really, yeah, it's a
It's-
funny story.
Yeah, it's a funny story because she was on another world and I was on another world.
Mm.
But we were walking the same path, you know, because I was trying to make it no bafo. You know, I was trying to make it with him during that time. And then Frankie came along, you know, to join the band and the group. And then, you know, it was great to have that vibe. But unfortunately, we couldn't continue doing more. You know, or together with him, you know, he had to go back home. You know? And then, yeah, well, with us, yeah, it was, I mean, going back and working with each other until now. That's how we met. But we met in the, like she was doing theater, I'm doing theater, so we really would see each other during that time. And then one day we were like, hey, you know, I mean, can we come together and just, you know, do it? You as a voice, I mean, explore it, you know. And then she was like, yeah, she was keen, you know. But it took some time to really, you know, knock on that door.
So she was only just focusing on the theater, no singing, or obviously there's everything in theater, but her thing was just okay, there's the theater, but the concept of a frantic band or whatever, are you saying to
yeah, I could
took some time to.
The first time I met
No,
something,
it took
Then
some
Frank was like, yeah, that's
Say-
your
some
question.
time.
yeah, 59.
At 59.
Yeah, I was sitting there after rehearsal and I had just lost my best friend. So she's sitting there having a beer, just trying to process everything.
Sure.
And then they walked in, and then they sat there by the corner next to me. And then they started playing and I started singing. And that moment, I just sang my heart out.
What a vibe.
And I was like, oh, thank you guys. You just healed me right now. I was going through the most. And then we started meeting again often. Like I would find them there or they'd find me there. And every time they're there, I'd sing. And then we all just got to know each other. And I was like, you know what? I would like to follow you guys around and see what you guys do, you know. And then, I started following them around and we then started creating this thing. But it really did take some time because I was like so shy, especially with singing. I've been in theater for a very long time and I was singing in theater, but I've never really sang like how I'm doing now. I've never had a band. So I was like, are
you shy by nature? No, you're shy to sing.
I was shy to sing.
Regardless of the fact that you're in theater and you do sing.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I wasn't really sure of my voice. I haven't really found it yet. You know, it was just all over the place.
And I was like persuading, saying, no, you know, you should do this.
Yeah.
I mean, it can happen.
Sure.
And she was like, yeah, I can.
Yeah.
And then when you started doing amazing things in front of audiences and we started getting gigs, people booking us, you know, and other artists paying attention to what we were doing, you know, it really, and it was amazing. It was a very amazing feeling, even today, to be ABAHAMBAYO
Ngathi uyangifunda ke umqondo ngoba ngimbuzo wamlandela lelo gama kaBambayo. So one thing engikholelwa kuyona ukuthi if when we do this art, nothing is as attractive as igama, you know, the name of a band, the name of whatever. Like it's just attractive because like as soon as we listen to your gama, they're like, okay, I want to hear it's a bad job and I'm like, okay, I'm like, oh, ABAHAMBAYO. So I'm like, what? Bambayo. So yeah, the name. So
there's this man we're performing and then he's like, "What didn't tell me igama lenu?" I'm like, "ABAHAMBAYO." Uthi nihamba nabo senashiya emhlabeni. I'm like, no. Yeah, but yeah.
So how did the name come about? Because name is ABAHAMBAYO.
Yeah, the concept came from, as artists, we're not settlers. We're not settling in one area.
Okay.
You know, sabantu abangaziwa, yeah, but we're anonymous. That's who we are. Even if you see us on social media or you
Sure.
see whatever, but
Mm.
because I mean, yeah, I think I mean, Sabahamba, we're moving, yeah, or we movers, you know, we're not settling in one area. So, yeah, I mean, whether musically, whether whatever, ongasuyicabange, nongasuyifise ngenhliziyo yakho, that's who we
That's
are.
actually very true. Yeah, man, it was a move about me. So the name Abahamba is very interesting, very attractive. It makes one wants to listen to the music. So, it's locked on online with Ninja X. Yeah, in the Republic House, the kitchen. With Abahambayo, Frank Nanhlanhla. You know, like want to get to a point where lockdown online Ninja X is on that tip and it's been send us questions, but for now just try not to feel the right. I'm saying, but we'll get there. So manje it does the same things. And I understand that in manje but sekunje sesifike la kuthiwa kunale new normal intoni yona new normal menibuka la as abahambayo. Obviously ngingama-artist vele nje hlezi akulula kakhulu ukwenza umsebenzi wethu
Yes.
nokuphila siwenza nje kungenayo i-lockdown manje sesine-new normal bwana ne-understand ingayiphi indlela lento to new normal nama-artist ngicabanga ukuthi nizomisa kanjani manje uma nithatha ukubhena nihlela njengoba siku-lockdown umuntu ukwazi ukwenza yonke into ayibheka ayi-check-e ukuthi ngenza kanjani athami uzomanje kanjani.
Well, for me, i-understanding enginayo ukuthi yonke into manje sishintshile because thina as abahambayo besisebenza kakhulu, like we do a lot of live shows. So leyo lifestyle and that security of my live shows is on the edge now. So I think we're all still trying to figure it out, but I guess moving online is probably the go-to right now. Everything has to be online now. We have to spend a lot of time in the studio creating our masterpieces that maybe we can say, okay, in the studio, we're going to create that live feel and then we're going to sell that. So basically everything, we just have to record it now and, you know, because we don't know where we can go and perform live. But there's also basking, and I think it's an art form that a lot of artists are forgot. It can work right now because you don't necessarily have to have an audience as a you know, it's just people passing by. And I think if as artists we could focus on that also and just bring it back and, you know, make it alive again, I think it can be very lucrative for us as artists. Because nabantu futhi nabo they will feel really good. You know what? Actually, if I go out there, you know, instead of feeling scared, you know, people mustn't touch me and corona and everything. Just you're gonna find street performance everywhere, and people can still support in that way. You know, especially abantu abangekho kahle kahle clued up about technology and stuff like that, but they really do want to support. So, yeah, we're still trying to figure it out as we go.
Well, for me, this new normal obviously, you know, brings a lot of frustration because you're trying to figure out, obviously, of how to go, what to do, you know. And but we are getting there, you know. We are as artists brainstorming, having ideas, executing those ideas. You know, it's only to the public, you know, to welcome us and contribute, you know, to, you know, we're not in a position to beg, but we saying here's a business, this is our music, if you like it, it's conscious music, it's music that you can listen with your kids and stuff, you know, support, you know, subscribe, do those things. So because we're moving towards the technological era. You know, the fact that you have subscribed and viewed my video and, you know, you're raising, you're raising that statistic and you're contributing. And how many times do you go online, and then waste those datas with maybe things that are unsupportive to other people, I believe, we're getting there. Here we are.
Trying, we're gonna get there. Y'all support us, please.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
Now, not only getting for Moses is about the type of music that annoys firstly nje ukuthi bangisabuza nenza music kanjani engakangalizwe mhlawumbe sayixoxile yabo bese before ikhona indlela ni-classify ngayo mhlawumbe nithi yini mhlawumbe ni-classifier bese kube i-process yokubhala namacini abhalayo. So first ngifuna uku-achieve ini phakathi kwenu bani ubhalayo mhlawumbe nibhala babili yabo. Process wabhala nje, that's the process that I'm interested in.
Okay, Frankie uyabhala nami ngiyabhala bese umfowethu Berry Clausen odlalela ibass naye uyabhala. So yeah, it's a collaborative method where I write frustrations zami fike ngixoxele uFrankie ngithi Frankie ngicasukile la, this is a song that I've written about that frustration, and then she join in and say okay, ngizocula-ke nami, I'm gonna put my frustration, how do I feel nami if now ngicasukile, or if see happy, or if whatever emotion that we looking at. That's how we do writing. It's
and we really want to preserve the art of telling future generations about today. Because with so much information available, it's important to preserve the trueness of what was going on in society. So that's what we aim to do also, so that in years and years to come, when they listen to our music, they say, that's what was going on at that time, and not just trying to glamorize and romanticize izinto nje that a lot of people have no access to. We don't want to talk about money or like having a lot of money and all the things that people focus on in the music these days. Women and stuff. We don't want to objectify anybody. We just want to tell the raw truth of what we are living through and what other people are living through around us that we see. Because as much as we are into 25 years of democracy now, there's still a lot of injustices that need to be voiced out. And music is one of those ways that you can.
It's always been, music has always been open. A great way. What is going on? Sorry. Okay, yeah, so I hear you. This phone is not a vibe. So yeah, that's and then the you literally write things that you feel, which is amazing, what you see around happening and what you're trying to understand better. And I think for me, lyrical content in music is very important because what are you saying? You know what I'm saying? The producer's already done a job by making a great beat to the person who's doing the instrument, obviously. So what type of content are you bringing lyrically to this? And what are you trying to achieve? Anyway, what are you telling me? And why should I listen to this song? And what's the feeling I'm going to get when I check out or listen to what you're doing? Take this kind of time and download it. Yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
Download data, all the things that I like to do because I support. But what am I supposed to feel? I'm supposed to remember what.
Yeah. Like a lot of times, Leslie, when we perform every time it would happen, we say, I think to one or two people, they'll be like, I don't know how, but the Denis on stage really healed me. It took me back to maybe Iskati being in Asu, terrible in my life. And then I was listening to you guys and watching you guys perform, and I can just say I've been healed. So, it always took us by surprise. Because when you're on stage, you're worrying about so many things, like, am I sounding right? Can they hear me? But to get that response is something else, and that's the reason why we keep going. Because really, this art form that we're doing, nobody wants that anymore. People want the fast stuff that's in my much. Yeah.
So much in Durban, generally, where you guys are operating mostly because of Nawala, how has it been? How has Durban received you, as far as the hustle has gone?
Well, it's wonderful. There's been generous people out there, and there've been gigs, I've been doing certain gigs, sometimes self-made gigs, which were pretty good also, we're traveling to Jamison's, from Jamison's to Winston's pub, flexing our muscle and giving the music to the people, live music, just to share the music, and we've gained fans and then people who followed us and people who gave us jobs. And right now we met some awesome guys also who very close in and no old school, who are really good people who are very good in terms of the music, bringing the music beautifully as because they are very experienced in terms of music, and so it has been good for us. It has been amazing. Yeah, the support and the My Connect, we've done some stuff around, quite a number of shows like your show.
Yes. Which you still have to headline.
Yeah, which you still have to headline.
Look out for Aban by headline in the Retro Bazaar. As soon as we can have it, but in the meantime, we'll do something.
And that's the show that one has to admire. It really was a show where we would find refuge in. I believe with me as an artist, it really helped me a lot, to really come there and knock at your door.
It was always interesting. It was always interesting because at the Retro Bazaar, the Retro Bazaar is like we handle everything, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes one is at the door, which I don't like doing that because I realize that this is people's money, because like at the Retro, the money is for the headlines, and the teachers who are performing. So I'd be like, oh, my friend, and then the general, oh my gosh, baby, you know what I'm saying? So with the artists, they submit before the Retro Bazaar, because I thought they should submit, but in fact I would never submit it. But at the same time, I would always understand it's artists. So then there's a space, you go on stage. And for you guys, there was always space, even if you go and hit the title, and I'm using it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I can, but anyway, it happens. So that's because people have to hear. So alhamdulillah, give credit. Thanks. Retro has been running for over 5 years, and Durban has been supporting it. Even me, as a road dealer, I know that's unprecedented. That whatever the word is, that English word, you tell me, really correct me. So it's one of those things. Like it's a mood, and appreciate artists who come and say I want that stage, and the audience is just great because they are open to everything. We don't do only hip hop. We do everything. Even gospel artists who come with dancers. I'd like to see that actually. Some dancers, some gospel artists, whatever we see. That's why I was just singing. So please wait up on that. So yes, and then this is Lockdown Online with Ninja X, through Public House and Kitchen. So now ABAHAMBAYO, discussing things, normally, life going forward, I'm saying how we're gonna work, Durban, money. We're gonna eat. Well, the truth is that we're gonna eat, and it's nice to perform. I mean, everybody loves to do what they do. You know what I'm saying, for the culture.
Yeah.
But the culture in general going to have money so that we can all get the money.
Mhm.
And I'm saying, we got this problem where we got people sitting in offices in government who, one, don't know anything about arts. If they do, or if they like it, one, they don't know anything about it, okay enough. Very few people care. And those
Yeah.
who do, then they're going to circulate the monies amongst the film artists, or not even give artists monies. Artists going to be traveling overseas, peeps is talking, evading calls. They're sitting in the offices, these people. And I'm not going to mention names, or if you would like me to, I will. But it's not a thing. I'm not going to do that because I'm not here to cause trouble. Those who know. Those who don't know, well, can't help it. What I'm saying is, we're all gonna eat, and if you don't care about the art, how are you there? And how are you there? At least make an effort to try and see what's going on here. You know, this is Durban, this is KZN. We've got people who put together things, and then they bring people from all over. Gauteng, we don't mind them, but here we are. See Archer. You know what I'm saying? How you doing KZN what, and headline links and people is not from KZN or Durban. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's just not say Durban, from KZN. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? How is this okay? Why are we quiet? I'm not gonna be quiet. Just look down and Ninja X and tag the person who feels like I'm directing this comment to them. Then, that's got to stop in the new normal. It's got to stop. The money needs to come to our people. We are the people. We are the artists. We demand to be given a rightful space. Our money.
Yep.
That money belongs to us. When we need to travel, that money must be given to us. We mustn't send millions of emails and be rejected and end up finding alternative ways to get there, only for people to say, oh, they're from here when things is roses. No. It's not going to happen, and it shall not happen. I'm sorry, but if we do not talk, we are the artists, we are the starving ones, we are the ones who are doing this beautiful art, and people consuming it. People are supposed to be giving us the money, they're not giving. What are they doing with it? You know what I'm saying? We can't have that. And then they see us at shows and they smile at us. Shame. The new normal needs to change. Those kinds of things, because we need to talk and say no more. We do great things. So many people do great things, but all the time we got to try and beg and we don't have to beg. It's rightfully ours. We demand it. And we're gonna have to end up doing something about it. And we don't want to do radical things, but radical things sometimes happen. When people are starving. And what's rightfully theirs is not given to them. It's really, really a shame. And we should not be begging. And then possibly get into trouble in the future for saying this. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it is.
So now, the money things is what I'm talking about, how we've got concepts we're trying to eat and how do you imagine we're going to do this? Because I'm thinking things like we all have to work together, we're all artists, we're all going through the same thing. These are our challenges, these are our struggles, blah, blah, blah. And so how do you guys imagine we work around this?
I think going forward, collaboration, which is vital for our survival as the art scene. We have to, because sonke sinama strengths angafani. So whereas if we're pulling from that and you pulling from that and you pulling from that and you pulling from that, and then we can all have something where we actually say, you know what, fine, if you guys don't want to support us and you carry on the way you're carrying on, the people that are supposed to be supporting us, then you know, and futhi into ebuhlungu ngalokho ukuthi bakhohlwa. And then when we're doing our thing, where I feel like the whole of Durban needs to just come together and collaborate. And then when we do that, they'll be like, no, we have to be a part of this now, you know.
Yes, because now it suits them.
But I think we should just forge forward anyway, because you know, as it's been happening. I think the the conversation needs to shift.
Mhm.
You know, we're holding them accountable.
Mhm.
We're not going to stop holding them accountable, but you way forward, it's okay. They're not going to help us. So Tina, as artists, let's come together and do amazing things like that KZN lockdown cipher.
Yes, that's great. Shout out to Zao for the lockdown and the
Yeah,
team
yeah.
behind that.
Really
Those are
amazing.
things, and it's great that we can do that, putting people on, because that's how we're gonna all get on and move on. And we just can't be leaving anybody banned for any reason. If a person understands and wants to be a part of this thing, and we can do anything about it, yeah, let's do that. It doesn't mean that your slice is gonna be less.
Yeah.
It just means that another person is gonna have a slice as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we can all right. I mean, if nobody's coming for us, we know that. We want to come for ourselves. We want to come for one another. That's what I'm thinking.
We need an industry. I think KZN short.
We do have a
We
whole.
need to just
Yeah.
say, okay, we're on one page, you know. Song, we're on one page, and this is the industry.
We need to create a page
Yeah.
for us to all be on. You know, man. All of us, because we all do great things. There's a million entities in Durban which are doing great things, and it's great to be able to collaborate and do things. You know, so it's quite interesting that we've got everything we need to do the things we need to do right now. I think we've got everything right now, and I feel like there's a whole energy that's on the same tip about, like, we feel the same way, you know, even with this global pandemic. I feel like it was time some shit got turned up down,
Yeah.
so things can refresh, reboot, and nothing can be the same again. That normal we had was not normal.
It was far.
It was not normal, and now we see it. And if we didn't see it now, we feel it, you know what I'm saying? There was not normal, and we cannot return to that. Nobody will make us return to that. It's up to us.
We've been
And
crying
it's,
for years.
And we're going to continue to cry for the next how many? It cannot. We are moving away from complaining and pointing fingers. What we're doing is fixing our own house.
Yeah.
We're the only ones who live in this house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else's house is in order, except for ours. So we are fixing our house. And anybody who wants to play a part in the cleaning of it can come pick up further dust, start to put to the laptop. I come with no leaking around low. Never stop us delaying. So this far, also in the laptop when they clean this house, will make it clean. Because it's dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Same. So yeah, ABAHAMBAYO, going forward, what are your plans? What can we look forward to? The new normal. Unlike that, whatever we know.
And you know
The new normal, what can we look forward to?
we're working on a video. We're talking about collaborations. I mean, collaborating with Steve. What about Steve? Tom. Yeah, Tom. He's the one who's taking another video. We're working on a video by Jablan. I believe Jablan is gonna be out soon. We're gonna release it as a single. You know, so yeah, we'll keep on giving people singles. You know, they just have to be there and wait for them. Yeah, but yeah, we don't wanna say as soon we khulumele ziko kodwa nje what we've been working with is shooting videos as we ukuthi i-video ka-200 is out.
Yes.
You know, people can check it out and see the visuals who ABAHAMBAYO are. You know, I think that's what we've been working on, and also you can stream some of our music online. You know, we're still gonna upload more music. Yeah, I mean, that's what we've been working for.
We've also been collaborating with illustrators and the kids that do logos and artworks and things like that. So we want to release a complete project that has at least 20 people behind it, you know, and it's it's like a collaborative project because we're working with a designer who's going to design ABAHAMBAYO. We already got a logo from this other kid who was Lego, and she did a really dope looking logo for us. And so we're also collaborating with other kids who are gonna do artworks for the singles and possibly albums if you go there. And yeah, so we've been doing a lot of collaborative work. We've been working with what's his name? Simpiwe. He's the guy who's doing the engineering for us with the studio versions, and we've been working with Ryan from Roots Up. I'm going to be doing some work with him also, and it's also part of just putting together the package. Because I think for us we really love collaborating and working with different people. Hence we love working with you also. And
by the way, when they mean working with me, I'm the one actually doing the humming. When that thing that sounds nice when Frank, I'm the one. It's just nobody knows because what I'm saying, we can't do that. Kidding. But you guys know, Road to Media, that's publicity for ABAHAMBAYO. So this year's a lot doing work. Anyways, over the screen Sanjay Delay, Young Buzz obviously.
yes.
And Dust Studios, Destiny Studios. Yeah, man. Road dealing, that's the thing. Strong feeling. Yeah, so you know what, right now I feel like hearing that jam again. If you guys don't mind, you see that jam that we're jamming with?
Which one? The
Joel, is that what it's called? I feel like hearing it because it was my first time hearing it, and so I would like to hear it on Lockdown Online with Ninja X. Just a teaser. If we would have never heard ABAHAMBAYO, so bezosuphetha enkumbeni bazochaza ukuthi bathola kanjani online mhlawumbe kusungababheka-ke, but mina just gonna give you a taste on this platform, Lockdown Online with Ninja X, and then they're gonna bless us and bless them. God. Smoke. Now the computer let me say and this is dying, so I'm just gonna dash and get my charger so that I can continue being online. It's not like I'm ABAHAMBAYO live at the kitchen. I love them like
Ngiyabonga ufuna ubaleka awuyilaleli into engishoyo. Ngiyabona ufuna ukuhamba ngoba usuzakhela isikhundla kwenye indawo. Ngiyabona ufuna ubaleka awuyilaleli into engishoyo. Ngiyabona ufuna ukuhamba ngoba ususolela isoka kwenye indawo. Ngiyabona ufuna ubaleka awuyilaleli into engishoyo. Ngiyabona ufuna ukuhamba ngoba usuzakhela isikhundla kwenye indawo. Ngiyabona ufuna ubaleka awuyilaleli into engishoyo. Ngiyabona ufuna ukuhamba ngoba ususolela isoka kwenye indawo.
All right.
Yay.
That was awesome. ABAHAMBAYO umjolo. Yeah, man.
Unzima emjolweni. Yeah.
Do you want to engage? Yeah, I wanted you to say, if you wanted to discuss a bit about that song, because yeah, around the topic of it, yeah.
So this song was inspired, feelings, but I think it was inspired a lot during the lockdown, especially when it started on level 5, Kanji. It started all nice, everybody making a joke of it, and then it got serious all of a sudden, people, telling stories about married couples are going through the most, or people that are living together, they're going through the most. Like now it's like you are forced to face this person that you are living with. And the whole gender-based violence and domestic violence, it increased a lot during lockdown. There were shocking statistics. I would see, people are locked at home with people that are abusing them. And it was mostly couples and, married couples that are living together and stuff like that. So it's centered around that. I think a lot of people can relate. Because you never really know what's going on in somebody's house. But, with social media, everybody basically airing their lives out, so we got inspiration from there also, like I don't think I can live with my girlfriend anymore, or this guy is like, I can't stand my wife, I can't stand my husband. Why? What's going on? Because now for the first time in a long time they're facing each other. They're forced to face each other, and all those frustrations that they have, how they're gonna feed their families. Maybe some people got laid off, So yeah, the song was inspired by that.
All right. Who wrote it? Did you co-write it?
Yeah.
Did you guys co-write it?
Yes.
Right. What's a clip? I'm not going to office, otherwise I think I get what you guys are saying about this too. Guys, just a second. We'll address this evening. Oh, okay, then we're gonna wrap it up so we can listen to more. We've been waiting to hear from you. Rums, take us out. We're ready for your rums. You know what I'm saying? I think it's been awesome. Please let me know when we're on 45 minutes, right? I'm not gonna wanna wrap this up. I can't hear you.
It's been 45 minutes.
Oh,
okay.
that's what you're saying. Okay. So yeah, well, 45 minutes is exactly where we're gonna leave it. So this episode of Lockdown Online Ninja X. I'm so happy, Uguti, on this session vibe and sitting in the kitchen with ABAHAMBAYO, just getting to understand exactly how we are going to work, going together, and hopefully the journey, because it includes you as Momentu Msebenzi ABAHAMBAYO, going to keep you on the journey with us. So it's important to chat. We appreciate your time. It's more cool. Parting shots.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. I mean, it's been a pleasure. The way too. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much to our camera guy. I appreciate that. And it's not the online Ninja X, no page or anything like that yet. Just I'll just post the episode on my pages and you can just have a look. The link will be there. Check it out, share. Yeah, but I'm also selling Wi-Fi somewhere, and then we check, say, let's do whatever. But thank you so much for tuning in. You know how we do routine and stay black.
Bye.
Thank you.